6 of the 8 spots in the quarterfinals are filled with 2 more to go, because that's how math works. So let's talk about how we got there. I'm John Rankin with my review, New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 33 Night 15 event with C block of wrap-up action. Oh, that main event was goddamn dog shit, but then again, what do you expect from House of Torture and the bullet and the stuff that will never, ever end? That being said, the show was alright before that, I guess. Kinda. Maybe. Honestly, my enthusiasm for some of the New Japan matches and some of the stuff they got going on is very, very low. But some of the stuff in the G1 has still been really good. Even if this year's tournament has been kind of watered down by some of the bullshit. So, Kaito and Oiwa against the great Okab. Speed versus power. A lot of power. Kaito seemed like he didn't really want to team with Oiwa previously, but, well, they got fired up. They got into it. Kaito and Jeff Cobb would be interesting. This wasn't too bad. There was one point where Okan just dumped Oiwa over the top. That was kind of brutal. And then Eliminator pins Oiwa 1, 2, 3. And then Yano and Hanma took on Gabriel Kidd, and Alex Coughlin. A jump start. Big fucking I hate Gabriel Kidd. Can't fucking stand watching that weirdo. What the fuck is wrong with him anyway? I don't think he's acting. I think he really is insane. Later, well, a close fist pin Hanma. There are certain people that should not be in the ring anymore. I mean, I'm not one to tell people when they should find something else to do, but as a wrestling fan, witnessing some people barely able to move in the ring, it's sad. So, yeah, Gabriel Kidd, or Gabe Kidd, and Alex Coughlin won. Shota, Hikuleo, and Jado took on Suzuki, ELP, and Narita. They love Suzuki over there. After recently appearing on AEW programming, he was really fired up and into it, and it was good to see the Young Guns get the start. And Suzuki getting, a chance to shine a little bit. I did note that he probably is just about done. Maybe he's got till Wrestle Kingdom 2025. I think he knows that. The Cobra Twist tapped out Jado. Possibly passed him out. Who knows? He could have collapsed for all I know. And then Sabre Jr., Shane, haste. He's making haste towards getting more hats. Yeah, I had to point to this because otherwise you might think that you wear a hat on your goddamn hand. So, along with Fujita, took on Goto, Yo, and Oscar Loibe. Why is Yo in jean shorts? Why does this bother me? I don't know. It looks weird. Oscar definitely has the size. Is going to take a while before he gets better. But he's definitely got the fire. This was alright. There was a nice big slam by Oscar. He got a chance to shine and then got hit with a big powerbomb 1, 2, 3. So far, so basic undercard. Yo and Fujita kept going at it. Fujita really is fired up, and I look forward to seeing how he's going to be after going on excursion to Australia and possibly the U.S., I think commentary mentioned. Naito, Yota, and Bushi against Tanahashi, Wato, and Makabe. Speaking of people that are just about done, Togi Makabe, who really was great for a number of years, and now is just coasting. So is Tanahashi. Master Wato fisted and fixed his own goddamn hair. Possibly fisted the color out of it. I don't know. The entrances took about 2 goddamn years, and 1.5 years of that was just Shota's. It's alright. It's LIJ in a multi-man match, so you're usually going to get at least some good action. And the spear pin Makabe. And then Naito was targeting Tanahashi afterwards, locking on the Clover Queef and trying to get his... I always call it that, even though I shouldn't, because I'm immature and I don't give a shit. But there we are. That's setting up a little bit of tension for their She Wants the D block a match tomorrow. Tomohiro Ishii against Mikey Nichols. This is fine. Hard-hitting. Ishii, this is probably his second to last G1. I think they're going to give him a big send-off like, oh, can Ishii win his final G1 next year? Because the man's almost 50, and tough as he is, Father Time waits for nobody. I did the Spike DDT. See, if Ishii had a fucking neck, that would actually hurt. Hurt his head, though. And then Ishii does fire back with some good lariats, as you would expect with a man that just refuses to stay down. Superplex by Mikey. Sliding lariat for 2. Ishii chance. a moonsault for 2, and then the vertical drop brainbuster 1, 2, 3. Both end up at 4 points. Ishii closing out with a win should cement him being in next year's G1, and also just because of name value. Hanare, I don't know why the announcer says it like that, but I like Hanare. It used to be Toa Hanare, and Hanare, and Aaron Hanare, now Hanare. But I like Hanare, and I'm glad he's got a chance in this G1. He took on Tama Tonga. It was hard hitting, well worked, as you would expect with these two. The exposed buckle shots certainly were a choice, and then the rib targeting, because Hanare's like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to keep beating the shit out of Tama, and he won't be able to hit the gun stun. Well, he didn't have to worry about hitting the gun stun a little bit later on, or at least winning with the gun stun. So there was a flash knee. That was kind of brutal, the fall that Tama Tonga had outside, and then Supreme Flow, the big splash of Tama hits 1, 2. Gun stun, but a delayed cover because he has ribs targeted. Hanare hits Rampage, but ends up getting hit with a variation of the J Driller, I believe. 1, 2, 3. Makes sense since GOD and the Briscoes had their verbal and physical spats. Rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. And Tama ended up with, I believe, 9 points. I think Hanare had 4 or 6. I really started to zone out on a lot of the point totals here, but I'm glad Hanare is getting at least featured more. That's good. Eddie Kingston took on David Finlay, and I wrote, oh dear God, and that turned out to be apt because Finlay, his Lear Bullet Club isn't working. It's just not. It's following the same beats, even though Finlay can work. There was a skull shot to the ring post, a Northern Lights bomb, but Finlay manages to get his foot on the rope. And they counter back and forth and into oblivion 1, 2, 3. It wasn't the worst match that I've seen, but again, Finlay, he's boring. Finlay ends up in first place because he had the tiebreaker over Evil. But fortunately, Evil versus Shingo in the main event with a bunch of run-ins and a bunch of stuff, and everything is Evil. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to say right fucking now that if Evil, because I believe it's Finlay and Evil in the quarterfinals. I believe they're the 2 finalists. And if that's the case, if Evil wins the G1, you may just not even get me bothering to review anything from New Japan, because I'm kind of waffling on the edge of not even having New Japan World anymore and just subbing for Wrestle Kingdom. I mean, it's not that much money out of my pocket every single month, and the archive is great, but they're irritating me. Not even with stuff where like, oh, I want to see the heels get beaten. It's like, no, this is the same shit. I don't want to see this no more. That being said, I'm locked in for the rest. I'm locked in for She Wants the D, block of action tomorrow. The quarterfinals the next day, semifinals on Saturday, and the finals on Sunday. And considering my work schedule during the weekend, I wouldn't be surprised if I had to take the semifinals and the finals and put them together, but we'll see. Agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rethlin. I'll see you soon.